Do you want a healthy and happy marriage? Are you looking for some practical advice on how to have a successful marriage? If so, then stay tuned because in this video, I share with you some practical marriage advice for men. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Justin and I want to welcome you to That Christian Vlogger. On this channel, we talk about practical issues such as dating or marriage from a Christian perspective every Monday and Thursday. So if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. While the truth is that I've only been married for a few years now and that I have a lot to still learn, I have learned a very important lesson that has really helped my marriage. In Genesis 2:18, God says that it is not good for man to be alone. Now check out what isn't being said. The text doesn't read that sometimes it's not good for man to be alone, or maybe it's not good for man to be alone. God says it's not good for man to be alone, period. Now this can be a tough pill for us to swallow on some days. Most of us guys reject the notion of any kind of needing help. We pride ourselves on being people who can help others, not the kinds of people who need help. Don't believe me? Think about how most men react to the idea of going to marriage counseling, or how do you feel when your father-in-law tries to give you some unsolicited advice? You see, when we look in the mirror, we see decision makers, commanders on the field of battle, able to make life or death decisions in a moment's notice. We're strong and we're confident and we're capable of anything that life has to throw at us, right? Well, not quite. The reality of it is that no man controls his destiny or success, or at least not in the ways that we wish we could. Consider what the wise words attributed to Sir Isaac Newton were. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. Every great athlete, every businessman, or every great husband for that matter has only ever achieved that level of greatness by relying and trusting upon those people that have been put into his life. We inherently understand the value of having a coach when we're playing football, or we can even respect the need for a senior businessman who's willing to help coach us up the ladder. But why is it on the field of life, the only field that actually matters, that we're so determined to do it by ourselves? God never intended us to do it alone. He intended us to do so in partnership with Him and in partnership with our wife. I personally don't believe that this means that the wife is therefore supposed to take care of all the things at home, all the cooking and cleaning, so that way you can be freed up to go and conquer the world as some would like it to be interpreted. Your wife's not meant to be your assistant or secretary, the kind of person you relegate all the undesirable tasks to. If it does stand that man truly should not be alone and that God has created your wife as a complementary piece to you, then she must be there for so much more than that. For some reason, God saw it fit to bring the two of you guys together, as there's something that she has to offer that you desperately need. For me, I find that the more I'm open to my wife's influence, the more patient and calm I become. Now, thankfully, this doesn't mean that I lose my fiery edge or my ability to be calculating and confident, but rather I now have become more intelligent in how I apply it. Rather than becoming a lesser version of myself, I find myself becoming an even greater version of the man God has created me to be. And all because I happen to listen to my wife. Yeah, sure, sometimes there are sparks and sometimes we do clash, but as the Bible puts it, those sparks and clashes ultimately serve the purpose of allowing us to sharpen each other and make each other greater. So you want some practical marriage advice? Instead of resisting the influence of your wife as some knee-jerk response, realize that God has placed her there in your life for a specific purpose. Perhaps it's like me and you need to be softened around the edges, or perhaps God has seen that you sometimes you need a kick in the pants in order to get out of bed and go out and conquer. Either way, keep in mind that God has intended her to be a blessing in your life. Your attitude and your response to her is the only thing that will ever stop her from actually being that blessing. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I pray that this video was a blessing to you. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, check out the entire library of videos at thatchristianvlogger.com. Also, if you'd like to support this ministry, you can do so at patreon.com/thatchristianvlogger. Until next time, I'm That Christian Vlogger, and I want to encourage you to experience faith in the first person. God bless.